It is market day and I'm all packed up, as you guys just saw. So it's my first ever market. If you guys have not been here, but yeah, this is gonna be the first ever market that I'm gonna do, and it is a farmers market. It's not a craft market or anything. I do have a craft market in 2 weeks, but my first one is gonna be an outdoor farmers market. So setup is at 9:30 and right now it is 8:41, and the market is about 25 minutes away from me. However, we are leaving out early because I want to go see if I can go to Walmart and get like a really small one of those umbrella strollers for my son, because I had to leave his big stroller. It just couldn't fit in the car. So we're leaving out a little bit early, so to see if we could do that and then get to the market pretty early as well. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys along. And I just realized I also did not do my introduction. So my name is Teresa. I am the owner of a small business called Seasons Best by Risa. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back.
Just take a look at yourself. Do you really think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself, trying to forget how you felt? Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. You think if they said it, then they must mean it. So you should feel it, somehow you think that you need it. Others' opinions, to know how you're feeling, to know if you're losing or winning, left behind or within it. If you're sinking or swimming, existing or living. Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be anything that we want. But we could be everything, everything, anything that we see we could be. We could be everything that we want. We could be everything, everything.
Alright y'all, so I'm recording on my phone because the lighting is better. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I gotta figure that out, but I am here. This is what this looks like. It just got started. I think it's a little after 11, so we're gonna see how it goes. Hey besties, Editing Teresa here. So I had to cut out the audio due to copyright since they were playing music. But right here, I was just telling you guys that we were all set up and we were just ready and waiting to see how the day would turn out. But it was pretty quiet most of the day. But yeah, right here, all we were doing was just waiting. Also besties, let me know what you guys think about my setup. I feel like it's missing something. I mean, I really like my setup, but I just can't help but think it's missing something. Maybe like a bookshelf for all of my cups. I don't know if that would be too much or just enough, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments.
Pull me in closer. Can we start over? Don't want nobody but you, no matter what we go through. Keeping it between us two, me and you. Can we survive the distance? Don't know what we're missing, but there is a space between us. I know
Good morning besties. So right now I am about to do my market recap, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I did my market recap on June. I did my market on June 1st, and today is Thursday, June 6th. I don't know if you guys can see. My phone focuses, but it's literally 5 days later, and I'm just now sitting down to do the recap. And well, for one, I had to like gather my thoughts after the market. Well, for two, I have been like in crazy grind mode, crazy study mode, because my manager gave the whole team a month to take a certain certificate, and I decided that in that month I wanted to try to get 2 certificates, not just one. And I took this past week to study and take those exams. So I haven't filmed, I haven't like done anything for my small business. I literally did the market on Saturday, and then Sunday all day I was studying. Monday when I had like free time, I was studying all night. Monday, Tuesday I took the one exam. Wednesday I was studying. And it's Thursday, I just took the second exam, and thank God I passed both of those exams. So I can now breathe, and I can now like sit back and give you guys a recap. And when I say you guys, I have not worked on my business at all this week. I haven't done anything for my business. I don't have a market this week. I have a market in the following week. So on June 15th, I have another market, but this one's gonna actually be in downtown Atlanta. And then I do have one market in July and one in August. I think I'm gonna do only one per month for now. We're gonna see. But before I even get into the recap, I did want to talk to you guys about something to get your feedback, to see, you know, what you guys think. So I applied to a painted tree in my location or near me. And I don't know if you guys know, but a painted tree is pretty much like a store where you can imagine a craft market where you have like a area where there's a ton of vendors there, and they set up and they're selling like their items. However, it's a store, and you set up shop, like you you rent little spaces, and you know, decorate it how you like, stock it up with all your items. And they have like employees and workers that are there so that when customers come in, they could just shop your items and the employees will check them out. Like, you don't actually have to be there to sell like at an actual craft fair, but you do set up your items and you put your tags on them, and they just go to the register and check them out. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it. If not, you guys could just Google it. They're all over the place, but there's 3 in Atlanta, I think, or in Georgia or Atlanta. I don't know. There's 3 near me, and I applied to one of them and I got approved. The only thing is, my mom and we went to the store, I want to say last week. And you guys, when I tell you, the parking lot for the store was completely empty. I think there was one other car in that parking lot for the store. There was like no other cars in that parking lot. When we went inside, there was only one other customer, and when they left, we were the only person in the entire store. And I'm telling you guys, it's like a ton of items, a ton of vendors, a ton of products in there, and we were the only persons in there. So that kind of like really dismayed my mom and myself, because it's like, you do rent the space, and literally the cheapest space that's in there is like a section on a wall, and it's $125 a month. And then they do charge 10%. They take a 10% fee off of every sale that you make. So for the fees to be that expensive, and you guys have no foot traffic, that was like really like disappointing to see. So I actually went up to one of the attendants or the cashiers, and I asked her, I told her, you know, I did an application and the store is actually very empty. So what's going on? And she basically was like, yeah, this is our slow time. It's a Thursday. Most people come in here and shop on the weekends, and it's pretty packed on the weekends. So that's when we get most of our traffic. So you guys, when I tell you, I don't know that I believe that, because the way how we were the only person in the store for about 30 to 40 minutes, because we were in there walking around checking out all the other vendor suites, and not one person came in the store. And this is like, I want to say 6 o'clock on a Thursday when people are off. So I don't know, that's what she said. I say all of that to say that I got approved. So I got an email on Sunday that I got approved, you know, if I want to be a vendor. But I'm not sure that I want to go there because it's a year lease and it's $125 for the smallest space. So, and that's like a section on a wall. So my mom and I were actually gonna go back this Saturday on the 8th because it's a Saturday, and she says it's her busiest time, and we're gonna see what their busiest time is, and we're gonna go from there. But I did want to let you guys know that I may or may not be in a painted tree location soon, depending on what we see on Saturday. But if you guys have ever heard of it, or if you guys have ever had any experience with it, please do let me know down in the comments what your experience was, and I would greatly appreciate it. Okay guys, so I know what everyone has been waiting on. So I have my little notes book here, and can you see it? My notes right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know how the market went for me. And yeah, let's just get right into it because I know I just did a lot of talking just now. Okay, so I'm gonna go through in this order. I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad, what I sold, and how much I made in that order. Okay, Bessie, so this is a little bit more up close and personal. But okay, just to get right into it, so I'm gonna tell you the good about this market. So this market was the Lithonia Farmers Market. If you guys live anywhere near, like on the outskirts of Atlanta, Snellville, Stone Mountain, Lithonia, Conyers, y'all know it's right around that area. And it was the very first day of the season. So the pros about the event was the cost. It was very affordable for me. It was literally $35. So it was like, it's not really a big investment. Like I went into it knowing that, you know, with the cost, I shouldn't expect much. And also I felt like with the cost, it wasn't a lot of risk to it. So why not just do the event? So that was a pro. Another pro, the organizers were very nice. Like everybody was really nice there and friendly. I had a really great experience with the organizers, considering that this is my first event. The day was, it was a decent day. So it was, how do I say? It was supposed to rain initially, and then it wasn't supposed to rain. And then on the day of, it was pretty cloudy. So it was cloudy and it was cool. Like it felt about 70 degrees all day. And for me, that's a little too cold. And, you know, I just thought it was going to warm up. As you guys know, with Georgia weather, it gets cold in the morning, then it warm back up like at noon. It didn't warm up. So depending on how you look at it, like we weren't hot and sweating. So that was nice. So it was a pro because it was a pretty cool day. So with setup and everything, I wasn't too hot and too sweaty. And another pro was the location. So it was in the city of Lithonia, which, I mean, it's not the most like popular area. However, the location in that city that they chose was literally on Main Street. So I think that like that's the best location in that city that they could have gotten, in my opinion. I don't know, literally on Main Street. So the location was really nice. We weren't in the grass. I think we were on like a brick pavement on Main Street. So that was really nice to be there. Like it was like, I don't know, it was like pretty cool. I like the area. And yeah, so those were the pros for me for this event. So we're gonna move on to the cons. So for the con, I don't really want to say that this is like a big con because it was the first like event of the season, but they were a little disorganized. So setup started at 9:30 and the actual farmers market started at 11. And when we got there, nobody knew where to go. There weren't any signs, there weren't any placements. They didn't even have a sign for me. They had to like put me somewhere because I was there and I was there early. I think they put me in somebody else's spots, and then when that person came, they had to find somewhere for that person to go. So it was a little disorganized, but it was the first event of the season, so I definitely understand. But I did want to mention that. Another bad was, again, I wanted to mention, it was kind of cloudy. It was a little too cool for me. But again, with setup, it was, I guess, okay because I wasn't all sweaty. But that was a little con. The day wasn't like the nicest day ever. And another con was it was very, very low foot traffic, you guys. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how low of a foot traffic it was. There wasn't a lot of people there at all. Like, I was there the whole day, and I'm a vendor, and I was feeling bad for all the other vendors because we weren't like, there wasn't any customers there. Like for the whole 4 hours, it was so slow. Like it was, I'll get into that later. But let's keep going with the list. The next con is that it just was not my customer base. So you guys know that kind of items I sell. So my items are like really girly, really pink, colorful, faith-based, and to say the least, it was definitely not my customer base. And if I were to describe the people that were there, it was a lot of elderly people. I'm gonna say elderly people. I don't know if there was like a home nearby, but I could probably count on my like one hand the amount of young people that I saw, and it was I want to say 5. Like it was definitely not my customer base at all. I feel like the people that came to that farmers market wanted food or fruits. They were elderly. They weren't, you know, there for my type of items, to put it nicely. So it was kind of sad for me because my mom, like where we were located, we got like, I feel like we got the best seat in the house. We were right on Main Street. Like we had a full view of everything. We were right at the entrance. So we could see everybody that was coming in. And not only could we see everybody that was coming in, we saw who the customers were going to, who the customers weren't going to. So i.e. who was making sales and who was not. And in the whole entire event, there was only 2 people or 2 vendors that, from what we saw, made any money. One of them was a food vendor. She was she sold food. Like she sold like soul food, vegan food, and she sold like a few like desserts and stuff. And the second one was, I think, like a skincare vendor. Like she had like body scrubs, body rubs, lotions, those type of things. Those were the people who got the most traffic. So I remember just sitting there and we could literally see who didn't like get any customers. There was one lady beside us. She was super nice. She came over and she looked at my item. She was a vendor. And I kid you not, the whole day, she only had one customer purchase anything from her. One customer. And I know the customer purchased because she was up there for a while and I saw her like pull out her phone to pay, but that was the only customer that she had. There was a guy across the street. He had like hats and stuff. I don't even think he made one sale. There was like a candle lady in the back. I don't think she made any sales. Like the 2 people that I told you guys, those were the 2 that I think made the most sales, you know, in the whole event. And that is including myself as well. So I say that to say, and also I want to put it out there, a lot of the sales that a lot of people made were from the organizers themselves. Like that is how bad the foot traffic was at this place. The organizers were going around and just supporting everyone, which again, I say they're very sweet. That was very nice of them. But you could also look at it like maybe they kind of knew like there's no one here. So they decided to spend with the vendors that were there because they were doing a majority of the shopping from what I saw. So with that in mind, I'm going to let you guys know what I sold. So I sold scrunchies and cups. Those are the items that I sold only. I only sold scrunchies and cups. I didn't sell any t-shirts and I didn't sell any bookmarks. So I sold 4 scrunchies and I sold 1 cup, and that totaled $55. So the event itself was $35, and my goal when I went into it was to make my money back, and I did. So I am super happy. You know, I've had a couple people ask me how the event was, and in my opinion, it was really good for what it was. There were a lot of people who I saw didn't make any sales at all, so I am extremely blessed and happy to have made some sales because that event was, whew, I don't know, but I want to put it out there that I really did enjoy the event. It just was not my customer base. You know, people obviously, as I stated, made money. The person with the lotion, like most of the people that came from what the traffic was, they went to her station. So it just wasn't my customers. You know, they didn't come out. I mean, it's a farmer's market, so they came out really expecting like fresh foods, and I get it. So I'm actually really happy with the turnout, or how the event turned out for me. It was my first event ever. It was really small. Like, everybody was nice. I couldn't have asked for like a better atmosphere to sell in. The only thing I could have asked for was more sales, but again, the fee was very small, and it was my first time, so I'm not even complaining about the experience at all. I do want to point out though that going to the market, it actually opened my eyes to like my audience, who my audience is. Like, it's really, I don't want to say younger people, because I had like older folks purchase from me, but at that farmer's market, it was like older folks. Like, I don't know if I clarified this, but it was like elderly. Like, they were like, yeah, you know, they could hardly walk. Like, to give you an idea of the age group that was there. And to give you an idea of the age group that purchased from me, it was mostly like little girls, like, or, you know, younger adults, like in my age range, in my age group, which I knew. But what shocked me was the fact that it was younger girls purchasing from me as well. So that was like an audience that I really didn't think about. Why I didn't think about that, I don't know, because my things are so like girly and like cutesy. I didn't really think about the fact that younger girls would love my shop. So that was like really pleasant to see. I even had this one little girl, she came up to my shop. Like, she kept coming to my shop. She was so sweet. She kept looking at the items, and, you know, she asked me for one of my cups, like how much it was, and I told her the price, and she left. And she came back with like samples. I think her mom worked there. She came back with samples, and she gave me one. And I don't know, I just kept thinking about her because she was just so sweet. So I was looking for her, and I waited till she came back. And you guys know I brought like a lot of my Oopsie items to sell. So I had like one of my wristlets, one of the Oopsie wristlets. And I went ahead and I called her over and I gave it to her because she was so sweet and cute, and I just gave it to her. And literally she came back with her mom, and she actually had her mom buy the cup that she had asked about. Her mom was like, oh my gosh, my daughter could not stop talking about your shop. She is obsessed. So she actually came back and purchased a cup from me. So I feel like that was really sweet. Like, I could tell that she was sweet. She kept coming back and talking to me and looking at my items, and she was really sweet. So that was like a really nice experience and encounter for me. So I'm happy. But all right, you guys, that is my recap of my first ever vending event, a farmer's market version. The next pop-up that I have is like an actual pop-up. It's not like a craft fair or anything like that. So the next three that I have are actually pop-ups. I want to try to do like a craft fair. My mom and I are planning on Sunday going to one. It's like an hour away. We should have been visited this one, but it was so far we never like went. But we're gonna try to go Sunday and see like how the sales and the foot traffic is, and if it's good, I'm gonna sign up for that one in August, I believe August 11th, and that'll be my first craft fair. So I've done a farmer's market. I'm about to do a few pop-ups, and I'm hoping that that craft fair goes well, where I could do that one. So you guys, that is all for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the video. And yeah, as you guys know, do not forget to like this video, comment something nice down below, and if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.